Even though I generally love them, I'm pretty bad at shoot 'em ups. I've stuck with very few long enough to actually finish them. A select few like Ikaruga, Mars Matrix, and R-Type Delta had me determined enough to see them through to the end. There's one shoot 'em up series that's always been kind of daunting to me. Gradius. I've played a good number of them over the years, but I don't think I've made it further than the second stage in any of them, ever. A few years ago, after coming back from a gaming hiatus, I heard about Gradius 5 on the PlayStation 2. I naturally didn't spend a lot of time thinking about it until I heard that Konami had farmed out development to the one and only Treasure. This seemed like a match made in heaven, and kind of a fun prospect since the team at Treasure used to be part of Konami way back when. I've decided I'm finally going to give Gradius 5 the shot it deserves, and I'm going to finish it, no matter how long it takes. I've always loved the design of the Gradius series' signature ship, the Vic Viper. It's seen several minor redesigns over the course of the series and has appeared in over 10 games. You know, after thinking about it, I'd be hard-pressed to say there's a spaceship design I like better than the old Viper. This time around, the Vic Viper is once again protecting planet Gradius from an alien onslaught, when another Viper of the same make and model comes through a space-time anomaly. You can see where this is going from a mile or two away, but I found the plot twist much cooler than I probably should have. What can I say? I'm a sucker for time travel. My experience with past Gradius games had me a little nervous at the prospect of what could possibly lie ahead, but I felt this time my dedication to the idea would carry me through. I hope.
Select weapon array.
Oh, hey, this looks familiar. All Gradius games begin with a screen where you select one upgrade path from a selection of 4 sequences. You see, during gameplay, orange enemies, and sometimes groups of enemies, will drop these capsules. Collecting one highlights a slot in the upgrade path. Collecting another capsule will make it so the following selection is available. It's all very straightforward, but this can be at times very difficult to utilize effectively. As you can see, all 4 upgrade sequences look fairly similar. The first slot is always speed, the second missiles and bombs, and the third and fourth are a different kind of bullets, double shot and lasers. The 5th slot, called multiple, are your options, and this is where the big differences lie. Type 1 locks the option into place. This can be really useful at times, but it can be tough to line them up to shoot where you want them to. Type 2 allows you to rotate the directions where the options are shooting. They can shoot in a full 360-degree radius, but you'll have to lock yourself into place while you adjust, leaving yourself open to enemy fire. Type 3 spreads your options vertically. The longer you hold the button, the further they spread. This helps you control a lot of real estate on screen. And with Type 4, your options will spin around your ship in a circular pattern. This is a great offensive attack and creates a bit of a shield around you. Finally, this little question mark is your shield. This allows you to take an additional 3 hits from enemy shots, but it won't save you from a direct collision. I have no idea why they signify it with a question mark. They've already told us what it is. Gradius is a great looking shooter. I've said before how much of a fan I am of the 2.5D graphic style, and this game continues that tradition. You cover a lot of ground here, from space battles to asteroid fields to the inside of, whatever this is. There's never a hit to the frame rate, except when it's intentional during those iconic Treasure slow motion super explosions. You know what I'm talking about. The soundtrack is by Hitoshi Sakamoto, of Final Fantasy Tactics fame. From what I could hear, it was okay. It tends to blend in with the sound effects with only a few cool sounding segments here and there. I usually love shooter soundtracks, and I especially love the one he did for Radiant Silvergun, so I was kinda sad to see this one not stand out that much. I was humbled pretty quick by the extreme difficulty. Previous Gradius games used a checkpoint system, where it was difficult to recover from losing all your power-ups. But here, Treasure decided to take pity on people like me and allow you to respawn and continue exactly where you died.
Please continue.
In an even nicer addition, you can now retrieve your options if you're quick enough. I generally like to stick with default difficulties and options in games, but after being repeatedly smacked around, I conceded my shooter skills and lowered the game to a more manageable difficulty level. I was going to need all the help I could get. Treasure put a great reward system in place here that I feel is kind of the best for a game of this type. For every hour you play, you earn an extra continue. So as you get better, you also get an extra set of lives that might just get you past that problem spot. Don't think you can cheat the clock either by leaving the game on overnight or something. It only records playtime when you're actually playing. So you're going to have to earn those extra continues.
You need some practice.
Progress was definitely slow at first. As I really started to get a feel for the Vic Viper and its tiny hitbox, I found myself pulling off moves based on pure motor instinct. I was dodging enemy fire before my mind had even registered their existence. There were a few nagging issues that constantly bothered me though. The main one being that enemy bullets can often be very, very difficult to see. This drove me nuts. I don't understand why, of all colors, they decided to go with gray. They blend into the background really easily, and sometimes you'll just die without even seeing the shot or where it came from. Another severe issue is at times you'll find yourself in a certain death situation. Something will happen like a door closing, and if you didn't know this was going to happen and you're on the wrong side, there's absolutely no way of dealing with that other than crashing your ship. But the good thing about all this is that you're ready for it next time, and before I knew it, I was able to make it to the boss rush of level 2 before I lost a life. And then I was making it to level 4 before I even used the continue. There's very few genres that are as rewarding to get better at than shooters. After 12 hours and 22 minutes, I finally made it. I traveled back in time and got help from myself and took down the final boss. After watching the credits and calming my nerves, I was dumped back to stage 1 to do it all over again. And this time, everything was insanely harder. A cool little extra that you unlock after finishing your first loop is called Weapon Edit Mode. Here you can customize your weapon upgrade to be any combination you like. As an added bonus, those choices now include a number of different weapons from earlier Gradius games. This changes a whole lot of dynamics and is well worth checking out. I had an awesome time with Gradius 5. I have to say there are definitely moments where I didn't think I was going to be able to finish it. It was just too difficult. But I'm glad that I stuck with it. Now, what should I take on next?